Hello, my little goblins. Today we're going to be playing ABCs. And the reason why we're going to be playing this deck is because the deck got actually a huge buff. This was actually quite a little bit ago, a few weeks ago. But ABC Dragon Buster is now limited to 2. Meaning this deck is a lot better now. Because after you do your initial combo to your opponent, now you have awesome, like really good follow-up. So, if you guys don't know anything about ABCs, our end boards are pretty nuts. So, typically, our end boards, what we want the end board to be is IP Masquerena, Cyber Dragon Infinity, ABC Dragon Buster, and what this does, it gives us... Oh, and obviously Wandering Griffin if you can. But what this does, it allows us to have 2 Omni Negates, a banish on the field on your opponent's turn, and we can activate IP Masquerena and ABC Dragon Buster to go into a 4 material Apollousa. So we have 4 monster negates on top of that as well. Not only that, since we're recycling the ABC cards back into the graveyard, next turn, when it eventually is our next turn, we're going to be able to go right back into an ABC Dragon Buster to roll our opponent. And guess what? After you go through both your Dragon Busters, you just go into Degusta Emriel and you shuffle them right back into the extra deck. So that's what the deck's really strong with. It has a lot of recursion now. I really wish this went to 3. It'd be even more awesome. But at 2, it feels way better than at 1. At 1, it felt kind of, you know. But we're going to be playing also the Adventure Package, because the Adventure Package actually works really well with this. We don't really care much about our normal summon effects, so the Adventure Package just kind of fits really well in this. And with the Adventure Package, we're running Psy, Frame Gear Gamma, because Adventure with Gamma works really well too. So we're going to get into some matches, and you're going to see some sick stuff, yo. Hello everybody, we're here with game number 1, and we're playing against Sekron. Which is, he seems a little scummy to me since he has a Water Enchantress. Yeah, I don't know about that, you know? I feel like if you play Water Enchantress or Adventure, you're kind of a scumbag. Unless you're me, of course. My opponent is going to play Allure of Darkness. We don't Ashik just because there's a lot of times if they're playing Allure, they could be playing Despia, pretty decent chance. This game is crazy. So look, we save our Ash for the Branded Fusion, right? Boom. So we Ash the Branded Fusion. He called by the grave my Ash. So I'm like, perfect. I have this Griffin for that, right? And then he plays another Called by the Grave, because my opponent will have every card possible to stop me from my task, right? So I want you guys to spot the problem here. You spot it? Okay, well, this is the Imperm lane. So when this was done live on stream, I freaked out because, first of all, I was pissed he had a second fucking Called by. But then I realized that his Called by the Grave was in the Imperm lane. And then I top deck Union Hanger. So Union Hanger, right? This is why I activate this first to see if he had Ash. Union Hanger is a 1 card full combo. You literally could go... With 1 Union Hanger, you can go ABC Dragon and Cyber Dragon Infinity. And we're kind of showing it here, but I'm pretty sure our opponent's just going to scoop up before that, though. Which might be a little unfortunate. Actually, they're letting us play it. But pretty much what you do, you all end up seeing it in other combo, the other video, like other matches. So I'm not too concerned about it. But you see, we get the Photon Orbital, gets Galaxy Soldier, send it to the graveyard. Boom, there's one. And this is going to send the other one. So this makes Cyber Dragon Infinity, and then the other thing is ABC Dragon. Does he actually let me kill him? or suck him up, and then he just concedes. Yeah, so you're gonna go on ABC, switch this to attacking and lethal. Boom, baby. Hello, we're here for game number 2, and our hand is a Stinky Winky. It's actually really good. Our hand's actually really good. I was kidding about the Stinky Winky part. Union Hanger doesn't really need to activate here, to be honest. He can ash it if he wanted to. So it doesn't matter if he ashed it because we really care about the secondary effect on it. But so you always want to block Union Hanger with Fateful Adventure if you have a chance to do that. Because you need to get Union Driver out. Because now he just activates Fateful Adventure. This would bait any Ash out. Now he can play Griffin. Now if he did have something to stop this, he won't be able to stop her combo. So now we're going to be able to go into Union Carrier. So you always have to go... So this is the thing about this combo. You always have to go into Union Carrier if you don't naturally have Galaxy in hand. If you naturally have Galaxy in hand, you don't have to do this. But since we don't, we're pretty forced to do this. So he's going to imperm. This forces me to Wandering Griffin. Because if we don't Wandering Griffin, we pretty much... It's pretty much choosing between ABC and Wandering Griffin at this point. And... it's choosing between Wandering Griffin and Infinity and ABC. So it's like, it's pretty easy choice there. But that's why we do what we do. That's why we set up the Wandering Griffin and stuff first. And this is why I think the Adventure actually works really well in this deck. Honestly, not that many people are playing Adventure anymore, so you don't have to worry about the stupid crossout on your Adventure card either. And then we also suck up this just to thing. We max see his opener in case he has Kaijus. So if he had a Kaiju here, he can Kaiju this, and then we at least draw something. So he plays Zombie World number 1. So we banish the Zombie World because Zombie World's a pain in the ass against our deck because a lot of our cards requires us to have a machine. So a light machine monster is summoned, it activates. It doesn't work if the monster's a zombie. So now he's playing Eldritch because, you know, my opponent has everything. Fucking literally everything. So we have to negate that. It's like, okay. He has a second Zombie World. Then he has human... Dude, like, look at the hand these people get, dude. They had Pot of E, which is arguable I could have negated, but I was afraid to negate because if he had any other follow-up, I was screwed. So Pot of E into Zombie World into what do you call it? Eldritch. He also had Hikaru to actually have a good discard for Eldritch, and then he had Unizombie to set up Baldric. So now Glow Up Bloom is going to summon Baldric. We're actually going to be banishing. So the reason why we're doing this, it might seem silly, is because when Baldric's on the field, since they're all zombies, I don't want the Baldric to be able to banish. Because if he banishes my ABC, or he negates the ABC and then banishes it afterwards, I'll have zero access to these ABC cards. So I need to recur them again. Because remember, if I normal summon this, it's not going to work with Union Hanger, because it's Zombie World. So we actually got 2 draws out of this, which is actually pretty good. Oh, by the way, you guys don't know this, but you want to know something broken? Faithful Adventurer, it works with the equips on Unions too. So like the first time they try and kill a Union monster that has something equipped to it, it won't be destroyed. Because of Faithful Adventure. That's actually something hilarious that works well with the deck too. So yeah, he got his 2 cards over there. One's a spell, one's a sanguine. Really, we just have to fight through Baldric, but that's fine. So we go into Ivy Masquerena, and then Dragon Buster. Normal summon A Assault. And then we use Faithful Adventure Search. And he uses Ash on that, which is completely fine. We don't need it. One thing I am surprised though is Ash is a zombie. Shouldn't he be able to activate Baldric's effect? Curious on that. We get rid of the zombie world. Now we can pop one of the Eldritches. And then we're gonna... So this is... So typically, I just want to point this out. If you're doing this in the main phase, like you're swapping out the... I didn't need to do it like this. But typically, if you're doing this in the main phase, you want to activate IP Masquerena first, and then you chain ABC. Because then what will happen is ABC gets swapped out, and then Masquerena can automatically go into Appaloosa. So that's kind of what we're doing here. He's activating his Eldritch. He's going to summon Baldrock. He actually gets a special summon Baldrock because I have Union Hanger. Kind of annoying. And here's something that's really, really annoying to me. And another thing, too, is he's activating another zombie effect, right? Something I'm confused about is he's activating a zombie effect, right? So shouldn't that activate this? Like, I feel like Doom King should be activating. Am I mistaken? Am I not reading this card correctly? So he ends his turn here. Him not activating Necroworld Banshee, you know what that tells me? It tells me we banished both his zombie worlds. Like, he does no more zombie worlds in the deck. But yeah, so this should, when a zombie monster activates its effect, it's really weird. I feel like you should be activating this. I don't know. So this is another massive blunder he does. He summons Conquistador, right, to pop. And I use IP Masquerena, so there's no way he can do it. So now we go into Deguska. We go into our third ABC. And ABC will take over this game now. We can start banishing everything on this field. We honestly just killed the Eldritch. There's no point to keep it around. Because Appaloosa can negate Eldritch's effect, and we have Called by the Grave, and we have Reactive. There's like, he's completely locked out of the game. He sets Golden Land Forever, and then he just passes his turn. Comes back to Hup. We have 8,000 damage on board. GG. Goodbye. That was a pretty interesting game. I definitely thought in the beginning we should 100% have lost that. But we somehow were able to climb back out of it. I still think he was just not using the triggers. I don't know. Because it wasn't just a one-time thing. He did it multiple times. Hello, we're here for game number 3, my beautiful little goblins. We're going to ash the hell out of that. But then we get called by. So then I cry, right? I feel like Ash never... Like, I feel like most of the time I use my hand traps, they get, like, stopped by something. Like, they don't actually do anything. At least when I use them. And when my opponent uses them, they're always amazing. This Imperm is going to be very, very nice, though. So he doesn't have Brandon in red. Because if he had Brandon in red, he would just use it right there. So the thing that's crazy to me is he ends his turn there, and I'm like 99% sure he could have just normal summoned Albion, get Brandon in red, and now have like a very solid like follow-up here. So we gotta make people suffer when they fuck up. I want to point this out. These games are in like Diamond. I think it was Diamond 3. These games, like these games aren't taken in gold, silver, or plat, or even plat. You know what I mean? This is like mid diamond. Like you can actually argue mid diamond is probably the most competitive because people are actually trying to climb. You know what I mean? It's not like Diamond 5 where you get some people who just don't give a fuck. A lot of people don't give a fuck. So I don't know. We're going with Cyber Dragon Infinity though. So, oh, this is actually a misplay. So, I should have paused it a little earlier. But we actually could have just gone lethal here. If we summoned, if the way we could have gone for lethal is when we summoned our boys here, right? Boom, boom. We could have linked climbed into access code talker, I believe. And if we link climbed into access code talker, we could have just killed him. We would have had 54, 53, and 3,000. We would have 8,000 something damage. Unless I'm missing something. Am I missing something? Is there something that like locks me into machines? Yeah, you can. Nope, nothing locking me into anything. Yeah, we just missed lethal. We're just bad at the game is all it comes down to. So he plays Fallen of Albaz. We obliterate Fallen of Albaz. We fuck up the combo a little bit because we needed to activate IP Masquerena before we did this. Which is actually unfortunate because now he's going to be able to use his Edge Imp Change. So if we... This is another thing we fucked up on. We could have... So this is like important to know because I want to teach you guys this, or at least people who are not familiar. You really need to take advantage of these buttons here. Because... Not the buttons that are over here that aren't the play button. You know what I'm talking about? The on, off, and auto. Because... and you need to really get your chaining down right with this deck, because if you don't get your chaining down right, like shit like this can cost you a game. Like him getting the fright for patchwork, which I have to negate, can cost me the game. Because now, if he has another spell in hand, I have no other negate for it besides, like Infinity can only negate one spell. The good thing is, if he has like, let's say Branded Fusion or something, I can negate Lebellion, so it's not that big of a deal. I can negate it with Apollosa. Unless he blocks it though, he can chain block it with Tragedy. So actually, I could have been in real trouble here. Definitely could have. So we negate Tragedy. There's no point in like holding your negates, and then he just concedes. Oh, that could have been dastardly though. Just saying. Alrighty, guys, we're here for game number 4, and our hand is looking a little spicy. We activate unauthorized reaction. So this is, if you don't have Union Hanger, this is kind of, it's like a 2-card combo. You need like an assault. You need any Union plus authorized reaction. And since we have Galaxy Soldier in our hand, it allows us to go into IP Masquerena, which is awesome, which is amazing. I love going into this card. Look at her, she's so fun. So now we do that. And Galaxy Soldier pictures the other one. I mean, ABC is a fun... If I was going to go to a local, right, I'd probably play ABC. It's a lot of fun. The deck's a ton of fun. I don't know why my voice feels like it's hoarse. I feel like I feel higher pitched than normal. You know what I mean? So we're going to max C the draw step. He's going to Ash. We're actually going to negate that. And they have the call by. Again, this just fits the narrative of my opponents will have everything at every point in time. Kind of unfortunate. But it is what it is. We're holding on to this Ash that's in our hand. It could be useful. It really depends on our opponent's playing. When he used Thunder Dragon, so this is kind of important. I'm like thinking, okay, if he goes into Colossus, I can just banish the Colossus, which is really good. But he actually uses Branded Fusion, which actually forces my hand with the ABC. So ABC, I can't use its effect anymore. So there's no point in me keeping it on the field. We're just going to go into IP Masquerena. And these are decisions you always have to make, right? You gotta think whether or not, okay, should I save it for the banish, or just use the hand trap for that? So very important. So we're gonna go into Apollosa. Ash got good use there, and we have 4 monster negates. We get to refuel our hand too. There's a B Buster, and we're probably going to be adding a back to our hands. So now we got some good follow-up. Left arm offering. So he's a grass deck. So he plays grass is greener. He hits a whole lot of stuff. Despian Tragedy, we're just going to negate. But he's also hit Fairy Tale Snow. So it's definitely another card to look at. He banishes a big card to see that there he banished was the Thunder Dragon Dark, and he's actually gonna activate Snow twice. He has one more activation of Snow, but now he's gonna flip over Infinity, and I'm just gonna negate the Dark because he's gonna go into combat and either kill this and this, and I want to make sure if he kills Apollousa, it's like a tapped out Apollousa. You know what I mean? So let's see what he top decks. He top decks. I don't know what he top gets, but he ends. So this is, I think, this is a massive misplay on his part. He destroys Apollousa when Infinity is so much better of a card, right? I mean, we can agree on that. So he ends up tributing this card for this face down. So, I mean, it's kind of weird, but it could be a bunch of cards. It could be like a Thunder Dragon card or something. I don't know. Like a useless one. So we flip up the Cyber Dragon Infinity. We're going to negate the one activation of Snow. Snow does not have enough material to actually go again. And this should lock out the game because we're going to play the Wandering Griffin. That's going to grab our Draco back. We can bounce, and we just attack for lethal. Boom. Very good. Here we are with game number 5. This might be the last game. These games have been a little long, probably because of my explanations. But we might do another one. We'll see after this game. Our opponent's going to play Pot of Desires. We're just going to Ash Blossom that immediately. Our hand was actually, what would you call complete ass? But it happens. It happens when you play hand traps and stuff. Sometimes you open too many. So our opponent's playing a Lair of Darkness deck. So the deck Devastation Virus is a little scary, which is why I have no problem throwing away this Gamma. And plus Heavenly Prison is really annoying to deal with. Plus it lets him get another draw spell from his deck. So getting rid of that pretty early is pretty nice. I play Unauthorized Reaction. Honestly, I play this. I don't think it was that good. It was to thin out the deck. Plus, it was to get Buster in this situation. So when Buster goes to the graveyard, I can search for A. It just gets us closer to the ABC. But I think it was just bad. It was a bad play. I think I should have just been patient here. So the reason he has to attack and he can't use his ability is because B makes it unaffected by spells. So this is still a light. He can't do anything to it. I thought that was kind of funny. So B-Buster is going to grab the Assault Core. And then he's going to tribute my monster. Which, I mean, who really cares? I'm only doing this just because I want to stop him from drawing a card. So the tribute is for cost. So this would have tributed regardless. So, we're not playing... The reason why we don't play the right is because we know he has Deck Devastation Virus, which can sacrifice the right. And I don't feel like just giving him that for free. So... I was actually contemplating about playing this, but... His deck doesn't have that many special summons, so there's really not that much use to get out of Maxi. But then we top deck Crushed Wyvern, which is pretty good. And then he activates his own Maxi, and I'm just going to play Called by the Grave. Honestly, I'm not sure how I feel about these lines of plays. I feel like I didn't play this well. Like, I went into Union Carrier because he wasn't activating the Deck Devastation Virus. But I feel like I should have just went into this just so it wouldn't get destroyed. Because this just sets me up to get 2 for 1 here now. Because now Union Carry, this is like a really good deck devastation virus, right? Now we have like a crazy deck devastation virus. So we just activate Maxi because it's gonna get destroyed anyway. Yeah, this was a bad play. This is a bad because we know he has it, so there's just no reason to use it to do it there. I think ideally you probably go into Qualifork Genius, and if you don't go into that, you probably go into something like, I don't know. I guess it's kind of scary going into any one of these. Because they could get tributed too. But we got our ABC online, which let us take care of the field spell. And this is going to let us banish. So we banish this card because this card's not doing anything. I don't know exactly what it is, but it has not been doing anything all game. So we're going to banish this, and then we're going to special summon all 3 of these. Because all 3 of these should equal to lethal. And we should be Gucci. And our opponent concedes, so it feels like the 1 for 2 I gave him for free didn't cost us a game, which was nice. Alrighty, guys, we're here for the last game. We decided to squeeze one more in. This video is going to be a little longer than usual, but I think that's alright. You know, Turkey is going to oblige us here. So we summoned Wandering Griffin, honestly, for absolutely no reason. There is no reason to summon this card. Trying to think why we did summon this. You know, actually, this is a misplay though. Now that I'm thinking about it, big brain. You gotta always think big brain, because remember, you can like with this deck, it feels like there's always like something you fucked up on, which is what I like. I like that. I like when there's a deck that you can consistently get better at. So big brain, right, would be, I have an A and a B in hand already, right? What I should have grabbed with Union Hanger when I summoned the B is I should have grabbed the C. Because when C goes to the graveyard, it would allow me to summon a B or an A. And then these two could have made IP Masquerena. And I still would have had the same combo, same hand, except I would have had IP Masquerena with Infernity and ABC. Now I'm going to lose out on one of those because of this. So we're going to speed it up. He effect failures here. So this is actually a really nice tip that you can do. When someone does an effect failure and you have unauthorized reactive here, you can activate it to actually equip A, and A would actually prevent Union Carry from being negated. Kind of good. Kind of pretty good. Yeah, we still would, even with using that, we still would have had perfect amount if we went into C instead. We just had 0 cards in hand. We wouldn't have been able to use ABC's effect, though, I think. But we would have had Apolloza, which is arguably better. He concedes. But yeah, I just wanted to show you that last line of play, because I think it's good to just open your mind's eye there. You gotta open that fucking eye in the middle of your head. Let's get to the recap, though. Hello, everybody. We're here for the recap, and I just wanted to say thank you for watching this far, and I appreciate it. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, I would say it's a good idea to do that. Just go down there and hit the damn button. I'm not asking anymore. I'm telling you. Hit the button. Hit the like button, too. Why not? Leave a comment. Say, dude, you're fucking awesome, and you're definitely not fat as shit. You're jacked, actually. That'd be cool. But no, seriously, if you can subscribe, it helps out a lot. Follow the Twitch, because a lot of this content comes from Twitch too. And yeah, enjoy the Discord. Why aren't you in the Discord already? It has over 100 members now, and it's just growing and growing. It's all people who love Yu-Gi-Oh, share memes, we do a bunch of stuff. So yeah. All right, enough with that. Let's talk about how the deck actually performed. So ABCs, did it get better? Yeah, it got a lot better. The deck, like, I was steamrolling. I did very well through Diamond. I was actually, we started off Diamond 4, 5 games. So we had 5 games left to advance from Diamond 4. And we ended off the stream very close to Diamond 2. We actually were at one point, we were 1 game away from Diamond 2. And then we dipped down to 4 games away. And then we dipped back up to 2. And now we're like 1 game away. And I haven't bothered even trying to hit Diamond 2. But it was pretty easy. And you have to remember, I am streaming, trying to entertain people too, talking to them, doing stuff for content. You know what I mean? Like, it is pretty good. I'm just saying that this is definitely a Diamond 1 deck. You can hit Diamond 1 with this deck, I think, pretty damn easy. The deck is strong. The deck is really good. Who would have known ABC going to fucking 2 would have made this deck way better? I think the adventure package also elevates the deck to a new level. I was thinking about making like a blind second ABC list, which would have probably ran like Evenly Match or Red Reboots and stuff like that. But I don't know. I just felt like, I don't know. I feel like this deck wouldn't be as good going second. Because remember, like, it's definitely vulnerable to, like, the only true 1-card combo you have really is Union Hanger. Other than that, everything else kind of takes 2 cards. We're going to need one of the Unions plus Unauthorized Reaction. So, like, it's not truly a 1-card combo without Hanger. So, it makes it a little nerve-wracking when you think about it like that. But the deck's really good, really fun, very consistent. The crossout was really good. Sometimes I don't even like playing crossout just because the one of it feels like it's kind of like a hit or miss. But the fact that we're also running Gamma, we're running Ash, there's a lot of targets for it to hit, and we're running the Adventure package, and we're running Foolish Burial. Like, these are very common cards that people run in their deck. So it just gives you more things to hit, even if they're not running some of these cards. But yeah, so out of a scale of 1 to 10, this is where it really matters. I actually give this deck a solid like 8.5. I'd say it's a solid 8.5, and I might be a little biased because I think the cards are really cool, but the deck is actually not bad at all. Like, it's really decent. And I'm going to put this at a tier 2 deck. I feel confident putting this at tier 2. I think this could contend with the best of them. Because one simple fact. A lot of these cards just have synergies with each other. But banishing 1 card a turn, you see how powerful that is with Mirror Jade. And then the other broken thing about Mirror Jade is the recursion, right? That's what's broken about Mirror Jade Dragon. It's a recursion. They send the Albion. The Albion lets them get red, branded in red, or lets them get another branded fusion. It's like that's what suffocates you too, right? This deck has IP Masquerena into ABC, so you're able to banish something on the field, then get 4 monster negates, and then next turn go right into ABC right again and banish something else. Like, it's actually kind of crazy. And remember, when you send those 3 cards to the graveyard, you always end up with a positive 2 in your hand. Because A will pick up a B, and then B will grab whatever else is in the deck. So, I don't know. I think the deck is, like, pretty crazy good. I think it's, like, pretty crazy good. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Have a good one.